There are a lot of steamer in the market, but today we're going to focus on the wok steamer, a stock pot, and a 3-tier steamer set. We're going to explain a little bit more on each one of them, concentrating using a wok as a steamer because most of you probably have a wok. We're going to use a wok as a steamer, and a wok normally comes with a cover like this, but for us to use it as a steamer, we must have to have a stand like this to go down, and usually about 1.5 to 1.75 inch in height. You could buy this from this Oriental store if you want, but I know most of you probably have a tivet, which is usually about 8.5 to 9 inches in diameter, and you could use it just as well. So now what we need to do, of course, we need to have a cover to cover it up. Okay, that's basically it. Now, more importantly, we must know how much water we should put in the wok to maximize the situation. Okay, the water should have enough water to touch just the bottom of this rack here, or just touching the rack. And for this particular size, we have a 6 cups of water, and as you can see, it just touches the bottom of this. Now, if I were to take this out, this particular height also should be just touching, as you can see. Okay. Now, let's then show how to utilize this situation. So what we need to do is now take this cover it up, bring the water to a hard boil, okay, and then put your food onto this rack here. Such as we have a little demo food here is a bok choy with some carrots, and as you can see, it is set nicely in here, and this is where your steaming process is done. For those who have bought the steamer tray, bamboo steamer tray, you could utilize that as a rack, like so. You don't need this anymore, so that would be your rack. So you put your food directly onto this particular tray, and then utilize the cover, which normally comes with the bamboo steamer, and that will be on your way to steam. But let's say somehow you did not get one of these, or just you misplaced it, you could use your wok cover as a cover, and then that would be another process. Now, the other thing you could do multiple steaming is that you could have this chair with this, okay, and then you would need the second one that comes with your unit. You could put another tray of food on here, let's say for instance something like this, and whatever it is, and then you could do the same principle as we have done earlier. That would be your cover, so you got 2 dishes going on simultaneously, and again, let's use that cover, and you could do, and that is acceptable as far as steaming process go. If you have a stock pot, a similar diameter or larger or slightly smaller, you could use that as a steamer as well, but you must have a cover. And also, for you to utilize it as a steamer, you need to have a stand to put in the bottom here, and then put the water in, and then put your product, whatever you steam, on top of this rack here. Now, also the most important thing is how much water should we put it in this pot. Okay, I have some water here. We want to put just so that it kind of touched the bottom of this racket, which is happen to be like 6 cups of water. But the important thing is realizing, try to maximize the amount of water to put in, and yet not too much. All right, once you got it there, you put a cover on, you bring the water to boil, then you will put your first product in there, which basically we have here a little bok choy with the carrot, and as we mentioned earlier, you could do multiple dishes on one of these. So a chopstick of this nature, and of course chopstick is a little bit longer, so we have to cut the chopstick a little bit. And the beauty about this particular situation that these chopsticks are square on the side here, and it doesn't titty-totter. Okay, now we could put another dish, which is top of that. It happened to be a bok choy and some carrot as well. You can see that is two-dish situation. And you have a real low boil, you could put another dish here. Okay, but the idea here is that put a cover on and start steaming at this point. And the time-wise, usually on the vegetable is about 15 minutes, and with the meat on, usually a little bit more, like 20 to 22 minutes. For those who prefer a 3-tier steamer set, as you can see here, this one is a 12-inch diameter and approximately 12-inch in height in total, and the tiers are 4-inch or so each, and then quite a large one, a little slightly large one on the bottom one here. And for us to utilize as a steamer, we must show you how to use the first